Looking for the world's prettiest female golfer? That is Paige Spiranac. Paige has over 305,000 subscribers on her YouTube channel, where she shares golf tips and advice. The American social media personality has more Instagram followers than even the greatest of all time, Tiger Woods. Currently, 3.5 million people. Paige is quite the celebrity and has made the headlines on and off the golf course. However, from being bullied as a kid to being body shamed as an adult, Paige's journey to stardom has been far from easy. Keep watching to the end of the video to find out more secrets about Maxim's hottest woman. Birth and family. Paige Renee Spiranac was born on March 26, 1993 in Wheat Ridge, Colorado, to Dan and Annette Spiranac of Croatian descent. Paige grew up in an athletic household, as her dad, Dan, played college football on the University of Pittsburgh Panthers football team, while her mom, Annette, was a professional ballerina. Paige also has an elder sister, Lexi, who competed on Stanford's track team after receiving a college athletic scholarship. Paige wasn't a regular student. Growing up, her parents noticed she had an anxiety disorder and exhibited certain symptoms: panic, fear, and not being able to stay calm. So, in order to help her mental health, they decided it was best to have her homeschooled from 4th grade. It wasn't easy for her because she didn't get to mix with kids her age, but it all turned out for the best. Bullied as a child. If there's any experience the former pro golfer had as a child that will stick with her for a long time, it was being bullied as a kid. Spiranac had a rare scalp condition that made her hair fall out, and as such, her classmates would viciously bully her. The girls were very cruel. They would spit in my drink, said Paige in an interview with Maxim. Paige continued, "Kids bullied me for my hair condition, which wasn't my fault. I became timid and the other kids would move away whenever I came close." Gymnastics came along. When the pretty golfer had had enough of the bullying, she felt it was time to take on something different that would perhaps take her mind off the emotional stress and trauma she suffered from her classmates, and she got some respite in the gym. "I got into gymnastics, which was very competitive," Paige recalled. At the time, her mom Annette was a pro ballerina, so Paige didn't find it difficult getting into the sport. Ever since she began to practice, Paige found the sport somewhat interesting and had her mind fixed on representing the United States in the Olympics. So in order to realize her dreams, she trained almost every day and sometimes up to 7 hours straight. But it turned out that gymnastics wasn't much of a hideout after all. When she was invited to Caroli Ranch Gymnastics Training Facility, Spiranac was excited, thinking she was on the right track to competing in the Olympics in the future. But she would later face mean girl issues. Some of the girls excluded her from their activities, while others just didn't want to associate with her. The gymnastics community was toxic. "I saw myself doing things to please them," she recalled. But while she kept her hopes high and practiced with the intention of going pro like her mom, little did she know that what was going to happen next would end her career abruptly. Paige suffered a fractured kneecap at 12, which a doctor referred to as 1 in a million. Recalling how she had the injury, she said, "I was doing a vault, and shortly before I jumped backwards, as I was about to take off, the muscle just pulled the bone off my kneecap." She would go almost a month without telling her mom or coaches she had a broken kneecap. But how long could she carry on with the injury? She summoned the courage and told her mom, who would eventually take her to the hospital. But after suffering the same injury again within another 6 months, she didn't have to be told that it was game over. Spiranac felt like her world came crashing down, till something very intriguing happened. Something more competitive. She was born into a family of athletes, so she couldn't just let the surgery get in the way of fulfilling her dreams of being a superstar athlete. A couple of weeks later, her dad Dan said to her, "You have a good personality for golf. I think you would really love it." So he took his daughter to the driving range, where she hit the first ball, and the rest, as they say, is history. Golf, according to Paige, is a gentleman's game where only you can determine your victory, compared to gymnastics where the only way you get on the podium is to have the judges think you're good enough. Golf is all about integrity, and it's much different from other sports where you can beat everyone. "I like the fact that I'm accountable for the outcome of my game. I'm competitive, but not overly competitive," said Spiranac. Paige has no regrets about being a gymnast before finding her real passion, as she believes it prepared her to be mentally tough, and she comfortably transferred those lessons to golf. Accidental internet fame. Paige played collegiate golf at San Diego State, and her pretty looks complemented her success on the links. However, it wasn't her success on the course that grabbed the attention of Total Frat Move, a website that featured her in 2015. The outlet published a piece that focused primarily on her looks, and immediately her Instagram followers increased. And what was her reaction? She broke into tears. According to her mom, Spiranac just laid there crying while she kept saying, "I really don't know what's going on." Well, now she knows. The internet sensation currently has over 3.5 million followers on Instagram and 305,000 subscribers on her YouTube channel. She even has more followers and makes more money than the legendary Tiger Woods on social media. Spiranac later proved that there's a lot more to her success than low necklines and short skirts when she launched her podcast, Playing Around. Golf career. Paige's decision to pitch her tent in golf turned out to be a great decision, and we have her naughty kneecap to thank for it. The American golfer became the champion of the 2010 CWGA Junior Stroke Play. She later became ranked in the top 20 junior golfers worldwide, a two-time West Region Player of the Year, first-team All-American, as a Future Collegians World Tour member, and a top 5 college recruit. In her 2013-2014 junior season, she finished top 10 at the Mountain West Championship and won second-team All-Mountain West honors. The former pro golfer made her debut at the Cactus Tour at the Las Colinas Club, where she tied for 14th position in the final round. In 2016, Paige competed in her first LPGA qualifying tour but failed to earn a card on the pro circuit. Although the Tiger Woods supporter would eventually win a pro tournament in 2016, after a lackluster performance in Dubai, she realized it was time to focus more on the media. Paige has proven to be skilled in the art of content creation on social media that somehow grabs the mainstream media's attention. Well, it turned out that that wasn't the only attention she grabbed. Marriage, divorce, and afterlife. Did you know that Paige met Steve Tinico, her husband, on Instagram? Oh yes, that's right. And I know you seem all surprised, but here's what really happened. The duo had previously taken a picture together, so when he sent a message alongside the picture to her DM on Instagram, it stood out from the tons of messages she normally gets from random guys. They eventually got engaged in Dubai in 2016 and wedded in 2018. However, in April 2022, the social media influencer announced she was no longer married to Steve and revealed she'd returned to Colorado to spend more time with her family. Body shaming. Did she deserve it? On September 16th, the 29-year-old appeared before the MLB clash between the Milwaukee Brewers and New York Yankees in Milwaukee to throw her first pitch. But what she didn't see coming was horrendous hate both off and online, which viciously attacked her appearance. The golf instructor uploaded a video on her channel titled, "Body Shaming and Life Online. Do I Deserve It?" Apparently, the Milwaukee people were surprised she gained weight and looked a little different without filters. This wasn't just body shamed. Her appearance was too. Spiranac described it as insane, saying her pictures were obviously the best she picked after shooting. Here's the thing, I pick the best pictures whenever I shoot. I've got great lighting and there's a whole lot that goes into getting a great picture, she said. However, with a net worth of $3 million, Paige can't be distracted by negative opinions and comments. After all, she's a brand ambassador of Phillips Stein watches, Cybersmile, Mizzen & Main, and 18 birdies. So while haters keep hating, Paige Spiranac laughs all the way to the bank. If you enjoyed this video, then you definitely want to click here to check out who the hottest and most talented female golfers are. We'll catch you in the next one.